So, COVID-19 figures are not arithmetically sensible. The Communist Party has deliberately made estimation difficult, but outside Wuhan City and Hubei province, cases are low by a factor of 100 or more. In late January, Chinese media provided information about migrant outflow from Wuhan before quarantine. Wow, so a bunch of super spreaders. Using a lower number than theirs, than conservative figures for migrants, infection rate and time in circulation before lockdown generates an estimate of 2.9 million cases. This is partly due to China's huge population. That population can also hide COVID-19 among tens of millions of respiratory illness, along with harshly enforced censorship. The population can hide tens of thousands of deaths. And it's put in the deaths of countless. Okay, so this is kind of new. Doing some sleuthing here. Xi Jinping is pinning the deaths of countless Chinese people on petty little officials to save himself. The Communist Party of China is on his layoff spree. It is vigorously punishing the Chinese officials over accusations of failing to prevent the latest surge of pandemic in the country, as per Washington Post report. At least 30 CCP officials have been sacked in recent days. Those fired include a vice mayor, heads of city districts and health commissions, and staff in hospital management, airport, and tourism departments. Pretty fucking suspicious. Let's just look. Vice mayor, heads of city districts and health commissions, and staff in the hospital management, airport, and tourism departments. This move by CCP implies a foregone conclusion that China has spectacularly failed in containing the spread of a highly contagious Delta variant in the country. The fact that 1.6 billion doses of Chinese vaccines have already been administered in the country also shows that Chinese vaccines have failed to deliver on the hefty promises regarding their efficiency and efficacy and efficiency. As a result, the Chinese officials of the lower ranks are being scapegoated by the CCP. They are being made to take the fall, kind of like Trump, for the CCP's faulty vaccines and its poor COVID management. The recent surge in China has pushed the country on the verge of implosion, and that has prompted the CCP to wreak havoc on poor and petty Chinese officials of lower ranks. Delta variant has affected 18 provinces of the country, including the capital of Beijing, which has witnessed an unprecedented surge of Delta variant-led infection during the recent wave. At least 27 cities and 18 provinces reported more than 300 confirmed cases in recent days, including Beijing, Jiangsu, and Sichuan. Jiangsu. COVID-19 has returned to Wuhan, the epicenter of the coronavirus pandemic. The worst affected region is reported to be Jiangsu province. I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry. But, alright, let's just kind of. China's 40 million deaths cover up exposed. What? Oh, fuck it. Chinese 4 million deaths cover up exposed amid coronavirus controversy. 40 million. Is Express any good? After catching lead early in the country, coronavirus. Even after this, experts in Chinese politics say Express in April example, Wuhan's death toll from the coronavirus pandemic was revised, adding 1,290 fatalities to the city's toll, taking the confirmed count to 3,869 from previously reported 2,579, where professors said in May that the revised figure for Wuhan is too good to be true because the increase was exactly 50%. Let me see if I can find the millions of canceled cell phone. What? Bro, China has come out of COVID-19 absolutely laughing. Journalists was wrestling for fleet China. Let's check this out. China comes out of COVID-19 absolutely laughing. A journalist who was recently forced to flee China on the advice of the Australian government says the COVID in the country come out laughing about of COVID-19. Excuse me. Bill Bertels, who was ABC's China's correspondent in Beijing in 2015. It is almost unfathomably different, he told the Lowy Institute. Everybody's kind of moved on from the whole Wuhan stuff up in China. The coverage has been shaped to a narrative controlled by the party. On the ground, China has absolutely smashed COVID. Mr. Burroughs' government had almost eliminated domestic transmission among the population of 1.4 billion people, compared to countries like India, the U.S., and Brazil, which was an extraordinary achievement. He said the U.S. Also gave China a gift with its terrible handling of the virus, which had been absolutely exploited for all political gain domestically. And China, through the state media, people who, and that's the thing, you got to think about the opposition. What's their morale like? Remember how everyone felt around 9/11? It was like, we're going to get them terrorists. And it's like, fuck yeah, America. Right? Imagine, so China, is getting itself ready for something, for some freaking, to expand the Chinese Communist Party. I can't imagine a stronger position for the party to be in, except, of course, for the U.S. trade war, but certainly on COVID, they've come out and out of it absolutely laughing. Who was Financial Review correspondent. I'm quite disappointed to leave the way we did. It feels like a real shame for journalism. It's obviously going to be hard to get back in there for a while. It said the impression was a tit-for-tat diplomatic issue that didn't personally relate to them. Here's what Chinese defectors reportedly. Oh, this is June 18th. I'll end it here after this one. Here's what the Chinese defector has reportedly given us about COVID, but also on Joe and Hunter Biden. Let me just kind of peruse this real quick. Oh man, I'll just maybe I'll send you a link to this. Not only is the COVID-19 lab leak theory looking more credible by the hour, but also Joe being compromised by China and for being a shady dealer with his son looks like look a bit corroborated. Looked like it got corroborated. The 2020 October surprise that everyone decided to ignore. There are no more mean tweets, just the president who might be a pawn of Beijing. Nothing to see here, says the liberal media. And that's what I'm saying, is that freaking Biden he gave Afghanistan to China. And it's like, for what? China records first since May hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. Freaking, it's like, I think I'm being freaking hacked big time. Because my shit's really slow. China records first COVID death since May as WHO team arrives in Wuhan. Thursday, the 14th. Oh, this is January. My bad. But mainland China has reported its first COVID-19 death in 8 months. Alright, so Chinese New York is one of the hardest hit. um, who urges China to share raw data on COVID. This is what I was looking for. The WHO stressed it was vitally important to uncover the origins of the virus, first detected in the Chinese city of Wuhan in December 2019. And this is August 13th, is it? I mean, there's not 13 months, so yeah, August 13th. Russia reported its highest daily coronavirus death toll since the start of the pandemic, despite an intensifying vaccination drive. Visit Vietnam Insider's homepage for more. The WHO on Thursday urged China to share raw data from the earliest COVID-19 deaths cases to revive its probe into the origins of the disease, as Russia recorded record deaths. The World Health Organization plea came as Russia saw its highest daily death toll from the pandemic that has killed at least 4.3 million people worldwide. The WHO stressed it was vitally important to uncover the origins of the virus first detected in the Chinese. Anyways, so yeah, this is, government intelligence report. So Russia, the fourth worst hit country in the world in terms of cases, reported that its highest daily coronavirus death toll since the start of the pandemic, despite an intensifying vaccination drive. And, okay, so freaking another conspiracy theory. What if this virus was released also to uncover intelligence? Because Chinese they have all the data and everything. They're in our walls and everything. They've already invaded us digitally. Even commercially, like with products and stuff. So, what if this was just a way, because countries had to blitz the research and development. And so what if China freaking was able to collect all this data from all these countries working on their own vaccines? And, that's a lot of data. That's a lot of research and development. That's freaking trillions of dollars. Once you start, it's just not getting the numbers. But, that's pretty fucking, that's what I'm saying. Freaking think of Vietnam. Mystery of Chinese scientists who filed patent for COVID. Huh. So, we can see this really buried, but it's in weeks before a pandemic declared. A Chinese military scientist filed a patent for COVID vaccine before the pandemic was declared and mysteriously died weeks later.